you're thinking of working as a doctor in the UK, then you might be aware that the PLAB exams are one of the easiest ways of breaking into the system and securing your first NHS job. In today's video, I'm going to give you a full rundown of what the PLAB 2 exam is, FAQ style. So let's begin. So what is the PLAB 2 exam? Well, it's a OSCE style examination with 16 clinical stations and 2 rest stations. It's not a postgraduate diploma or a qualification. Passing it allows you to apply for a license to practice medicine in the UK. So who can sit the PLAB 2 exam? Well, if you've passed your PLAB 1 exam in the past 3 years, then you're eligible to sit for the PLAB 2 exam. How long does the exam take? Typically, it lasts about 3 hours. Where exactly is it held? It's held in 2 locations in Manchester, but that might change in the future. How many times a year is it held? Well, currently it's held throughout the year. How much does the PLAB 2 cost? Juicy. Well, as of the time of filming this video, it costs about £934, but these prices are always changing. I'll drop a link in the description for you to check out the latest pricing. How do you book the exam? You go into the My Test section in your GMC Online account and book it from there. If you don't have a GMC Online account, I'll drop a link where you can create one. Right, so we know how much it costs, we know how to book it. Now, what is the typical pass rate for this exam? Well, that would be a whopping 64.8% in 2022. I'll drop a link in the description for you to check out what it's been like over the past few years. Now, you might wonder, what is the passing criteria? 64.8. Well, that doesn't sound too good. So what exactly is their passing criteria? Well, you need to pass at least 10 stations, and your total combined score for all your stations needs to be above the minimum threshold that they set. Now, what if you fail? What if I fail? Well, you can take the exam again up to 4 times as long as you meet all of their other criteria. And if you fail it even then, you might be eligible for one final attempt if you make an application to the GMC and show evidence of learning. So $1,000,000 question, how do you prepare for the PLAB 2? You need to essentially follow the guidance outlined in the PLAB blueprint on the GMC website. This is very similar to the foundation curriculum for UK doctors. Now, don't get me wrong, these are great resources, but they can be a dry read and they're not everyone's cup of tea. In my opinion, the easiest and fastest way of passing the PLAB 2 would be to attend a PLAB 2 preparatory course, like an academy or something. Not saying that it's absolutely necessary, but if you've got the time and you've got the money, then I think you should go for one. Also, GMC came out with a fact sheet about the do's and the don'ts for PLAB 2. Watch me talk all about that in this video linked in the top right-hand corner. Let's say you've got all the resources. How long does the PLAB 2 preparation actually take? 6 weeks, 6 months, a year? Well, I recommend taking 2 weeks of in-person academy and 4 weeks post-academy with other colleagues. Beyond this point, you begin to burn out and you start seeing a diminishing return on the time you put in. But hey, your circumstances might be different and you might be able to get it done in more or less time than this. But regardless of how you choose to prepare for your exam, avoid making these 5 critical mistakes that I see PLAB 2 candidates making that could cost their exam. Now, what can you expect on the day of the exam? I've dropped a link to the GMC website about everything that you should expect on the day of the exam, but to summarize, the GMC have 2 very similar sounding venues. So be sure to arrive at the right one. Bring your ID document, which will be our passports for most of us, but they do accept other forms of ID. Again, check out the link in the description if you want to know what they are. When you're outside the station, you will have an ID check and then you'll be taken to the exam stations. So when you're standing outside the station, you will be given some time to read the scenario in front of you and then will be prompted to enter the station. At this point, your 8 minutes of station time will begin. Dress code, you ask? I would suggest dressing professional, so a shirt and some dress pants. But hey, if you have certain religious or cultural beliefs around dressing, then the GMC does accommodate those. Do check out their guidance in the link below. Now, what if you can't attend the exam? Well, if you can't attend the exam because of a serious illness or an overwhelming problem, then the GMC will give you your money back. If during the exam you fall unexpectedly ill, then your results will be annulled and it won't count as an attempt. If at any point you feel like your health has been impacted and it has changed your ability to take the exam, then do let the invigilators know. All decisions will be made at GMC's discretion and they may ask you for evidence. And you can read all about that in the link I've provided in the description below. Now, how do you receive your results? Well, the GMC will email you about 1 month after the exam that your results are out, and you can view the results in the My Test section in your GMC Online account. Now that you have the basics down, the next step is to talk to someone who's actually taken the PLAB 2 exam and learn from their experience. Click on this video here to find out how I managed to pass my PLAB 2 exam in the first attempt and get 1 step closer to passing yourself. See you in the next one.